And basic probability says if you flip a quarter 1,000 times, it will come up 500 times head and 500 times tails within standard deviations. And that will hold true for a quarter. But this is completely situationally dependent. Because if you drop something else, I have a 6-year-old son, if he drops a piece of jelly bread, the same thing will not happen. It will come jelly side down 800 times and jelly side up 200 down. And that is on a kitchen floor. If you have a nice rug, you're screwed. Every single time. Now, I've been thinking a lot about happiness lately, and I swear to God, I actually sat down and I tried to flowchart happiness. I know that sounds incredibly nerdy, but I did it. I tried to figure out, I figured then if I was unhappy, I could follow the flowchart and get happy. And it made some sense to me, but it was very, very difficult, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the middle of your life. And at the time, my son was only a month old, and I looked at him and I said, well, he's a much simpler problem as far as happiness flowchart. I'll start with him, a simpler case. So here's my happiness flowchart for my son at 1 month old. He's got food, yes. He slept, yes. He's pooped, yes. He's happy. That's all it takes when you're 1 month old. That's it. If he's crying, it's one of those 3 things, or all 3. I've seen that. As you get older, it gets more complicated. Here you are at 30. There's all kinds of stuff. A good job, a car, a house. You may be happy, you really don't know. But what's amazing, you get to 90 and you're right back here again. There's a message there. I'm not sure what it is, but it is. Now, I look more carefully at some arguments we had. The first one, I swear, I was trying to help. I was watching my wife vacuum one day, and as she was vacuuming, I noticed she was very haphazard. She went this way for a while, and that way, and then over this way, and she didn't really have a plan, and it was driving me crazy as an engineer. I just was nuts. I'm like, no, you did that part. Oh, no, go with this. And as I watched, I realized that I could help her out. And I decided I would. So I came up to her and I said, you know, honey, the way you're vacuuming, it's kind of inefficient. And I thought I would mention, I happen to be a hockey fan, and I noticed the way the Zamboni goes around the ice. You could apply that to vacuuming. So you could go round and around the room in smaller circles until you finish. And I think you could do just as good a job in like half the time. It's more efficient. I thought I would help. She looked at me and she said, you know what, honey, that is more efficient. You did help. You want to know why? Because you're going to be doing it from now on. This last part of my act, actually, I think, in many ways, is the most challenging thing I've ever faced in my life. As an engineer and as a human, I think it's probably the most undefined, understood. That's good English right there. Problem known to man. And what happened was, as an engineer for years, I was trained. When someone brings you a problem, you break it down, implement a solution, move on. Break it down, implement a solution, move on. Skills that don't work at all in marriage. In fact, they should be forgotten. So when I first got married, I was approaching it like it was an engineering. My wife would bring me a problem. One time she said, I feel fat. I said, reduce your caloric intake, increase your activity. What? What did I say? What? It's a formula. There's no judgment there. Now I've learned. I don't solve anymore. I don't try to solve. Whatever problem she brings me, whatever, she says to me, whatever it is, I just look at her and I go, oh, honey, that's horrible. You must feel terrible. My heart aches for you. Oh, I'm in pain. And I am, because in my head I'm thinking, I could fix this, but I'm not allowed. Ow. I have to willingly do this inefficiently. I'm in pain. Now, to be fair, this is the way humans pair up. That's the problem. The logical, structured people bond with the creative, intuitive people. We're attracted to each other. Sometimes the man's the logical, structured one. Sometimes the man's the creative, intuitive one, and the woman's the logical, structured one. It's just the way we pair off. And not to be corny, but it's because they complete us. I know that sounds corny, but they give us something we don't have. And engineers would just sit home and optimize all day if it weren't for other people. So these things that attract us also tend to drive us crazy at times. It's the same for both of us. My wife, I'll give you an example. She's very creative, very intuitive, but I drive her nuts because I'm an engineer. I'm very logical, and I'm very cheap. I am. I love Costco is my favorite place to go. Low cost per unit, baby. Oh, yeah. I once bought a 12-pack of rakes. I kid you not. How many rakes are you going to go through in your life? 2, maybe. But I drive her nuts because I'm so cheap. Well, she wanted to get her teeth whitened, right? Well, it's like $300 to get your teeth whitened. I said, honey, get your lips darkened. It's the same thing. It's all relative. Now, on the other side, my problem is I'm ultra-logical. I'm logical to a fault. I'm irrationally logical. I want everything to make sense and have function, and it just doesn't sometimes. For example, in our shower, we must have 400 little bottles in our shower of different hair products. There's shampoo, pre-shampoo, après shampoo, conditioner, pre-conditioner, after pre-conditioner, tangler, detangler, retangler, re-retangler. She has one product, I swear, for when you use too many products on your hair. That is genius marketing. Use too many products? Try this product. It's the deproductizer. I, on the other hand, I have one bottle. It is this tall. I got it at Costco in 1993. I'm about a third of the way through it. Cost me $1.25. And it's not even shampoo, it's hair cleaner. By Kirkland. I love Kirkland. I just want things to make sense. I noticed on our bed the other day, we have 8 to 10 little bitty pillows. Little bitty ones. You couldn't sleep on them. They go in your ear. And we don't even try to sleep on them. We take them off the bed before we go to bed and put them back on in the morning. What is the function? What, are there dwarves sleeping on the bed during the day? Why is there a curtain around the bottom of the bed? What is the purpose of the curtain? Is there a play going on when I'm not there? Are the dwarves doing Death of a Salesman? What is happening? We're the under the bed players. Come on out, Biff.